The Oshodi market was a symphony of colors, smells, and sounds. Merchants called out their wares, their voices competing with the rumble of buses and the chatter of shoppers. This was Lagos, a city that never sleeps, a city that pulsates with life. But beneath the vibrant surface, a current of anxiety ran through the crowded aisles. The air, thick with the scent of dried fish and pungent spices, now carried a new note: worry. Prices were rising, their ascent as relentless as the midday sun. Customers, their faces etched with concern, haggled fiercely, their voices tight with the strain of making ends meet. Even the most experienced traders felt the pinch. The rhythm of the market, once a comforting constant, was now punctuated by sighs of resignation and whispers of despair. The struggle to survive had become a daily battle, and the outcome was far from certain. Aid, a man with a gentle smile and eyes that held the wisdom of generations, sat in his small shop. He surveyed his dwindling stock of provisions, his heart heavy with worry. The cost of even the most basic necessities had skyrocketed. A bag of rice that was once a staple on every family's table was now a luxury. The colorful plastic containers of groundnut oil, once stacked high, were now sparsely populated, their emptiness a stark reminder of the hard times. He thought of his own family, his wife and 3 young children. Their faces, usually bright with laughter, were now clouded with worry. Education, once a cherished dream, was becoming a financial burden. The cost of school fees, uniforms, and books felt insurmountable. Aid sighed, a deep, weary sound that spoke of a father's love and a provider's despair. The weight of responsibility pressed down on him, heavy and suffocating.
"Mama Ngozi, how much for a small basket of tomatoes?" Mary asked, her voice barely a whisper. She clutched her faded purse tightly, its meager contents a testament to the hard times. The tomatoes, once a vibrant red, now seemed dull and lifeless, mirroring the despair that gnawed at her insides. "Ah, my daughter," Mama Ngozi replied, her voice heavy with sympathy. "Things are tough. The price has gone up again."
Mary's shoulders slumped. It was a familiar refrain, one she heard at every stall, every shop, every corner of the market. The cost of feeding her family had become a constant source of anxiety. She left the market empty-handed, her heart heavy with defeat. How was she supposed to provide for her family when the cost of simply existing was so high? The midday sun beat down on the petrol station, turning the air thick and hazy. A long queue of cars snaked its way around the forecourt, their drivers a chorus of honking horns and frustrated shouts. I sat slumped behind the wheel of my taxi, my brow furrowed with worry. The fuel gauge pointed accusingly at empty. I had been waiting for hours, hoping against hope that the tanker would arrive and bring with it the precious fuel I needed to earn a living. But the hours ticked by, and the tanker was nowhere in sight. My frustration grew with each passing moment. Every minute I spent in the queue was a minute lost, a potential fare missed. The rising cost of fuel had already eaten into my meager earnings. Now the scarcity threatened to wipe them out completely.
The aroma of igusai soup, usually a source of comfort and anticipation, hung heavy in our small apartment. I stirred the pot listlessly, my heart heavy with unspoken worries.
I sat at the table, my face etched with fatigue. The strain of providing for my family in the face of relentless economic hardship was taking its toll.
Our 2 young children, oblivious to the weight of our worries, chattered excitedly, their innocent joy a stark contrast to the somber mood that enveloped the room.
Dinner, once a time for family connection and shared stories, was now a strained affair, punctuated by silences that spoke volumes.
The laughter and lighthearted banter that once filled our small home had been replaced by a heavy silence, a silence born of uncertainty and fear.
The struggles of Aid, Mary, John, and countless others like them painted a stark picture of the human cost of economic hardship. The vibrant energy of Lagos, its spirit of resilience and hope, was being tested as never before. The rising cost of living, the scarcity of essential goods, and the uncertainty of the future had cast a long shadow over the lives of ordinary Nigerians. Yet, even in the face of adversity, the spirit of community and shared struggle shone through. Neighbors helped neighbors, sharing what little they had. Strangers offered words of encouragement and support. The resilience of the human spirit, its ability to find hope even in the darkest of times, was a beacon of light in these uncertain times. But for how long could this spirit endure? The answer, like the future itself, remained shrouded in uncertainty.